Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Carlisle United Career Mode Save. This is episode number 18, and to start off today's episode we do have a couple of scout reports coming back to us. First for Ryan Brewster from Liverpool, and also Elias Sorensen, the Danish striker from Newcastle United. As we know, we do have a problem with our strikers, or with the finishing of our strikers, to say the least. So we are on the lookout for a proper striker to come into the club, and hopefully that particular striker can revolutionize our strike force, try to get some goals in to hopefully keep us up in the League One for the rest of the campaign. And we did put in a bid for Sorensen, and we did try to offer them Hallam Hope, see if Newcastle are interested in bringing Hope in to their setup. But obviously, as I mentioned in the previous episode, it is only fair for them to reject that proposal because Hope isn't a well-established name or a well-established player with high potential, so it is normal for them to reject that proposal. But we did put in a bid. We did put in a bid for Ryan Brewster as well as Elias Sorensen. For Ryan Brewster, the market value was £1 million, and tried to bargain with Klopp just a bit here and there, and we managed to settle on £950,000. And I know it's not much, but £50,000 is a lot in terms of transfer budget and wage alterations in the League 2. And I couldn't really decide on who to bring in after that. As you can see, Brewster is a much shorter player, but he has a better finishing overall. And also Sorensen is a much taller player, but lacks composure and also needs helping with his finishing. In terms of stamina, both of them need to put on a lot of work, and ball control, Brewster leads the way, and that is what we need up front. We need a player who can hold the ball, create an attack, and also score the goals for us. So in the end, we did go in for Brewster. And it wasn't that tough to sign Brewster into the team, as we were looking for a crucial first team player. Even though they preferred for a important role, we needed the crucial role to be set up from the start, as that's what the board were requesting. And he did take a major pay cut from what he was getting at Liverpool. Even then, we still can't fully afford for what he is asking, so we had to keep bargaining to get the best price at the end, and also the player themselves, so that we would be benefiting from, both the players and the club would be benefiting of each other. So in terms of the appearance bonus, it's not something that I usually entertain, but we need Brewster, and we wouldn't mind all that, as we do get Ryan Brewster on £5,500 a week, £100,000 sign-on bonus, and also a 25 appearance bonus at the end of the season. So welcome Ryan Brewster to Carlisle United. And surely after that the board would send us an email saying that we're very happy that you are ticking the boxes for the board objectives for this season. And moving on to the first game of today's episode, which is against Rochdale, and it was this young man's debut for Carlisle.
It's a debut for the new forward today.
Yeah, and with that comes a little bit of pressure, because everyone's expecting you to score the goals. The fans are, I think.
Oh yes, he looks so good in the purple, and also the home kit, the blue. It really suits the young man, and he starts up front along with the usual lineup that we would have in the team. And despite signing better striker for our team, we didn't have the most wonderful, glorious start to the game, as our defense was once again caught out through the left wing. And also, what the hell is going on there? The player celebrating through Gray's neck. But yeah, focusing on the main issue, is our defending has been horrific throughout the start of the campaign, and we got caught out once again. But we are not one to give up, right? So right from kickoff, I had a goal. I really had a goal, and it was Ryan Brewster's through ball that gets him his first assist as Stefan Skugal scores his first goal of the season. And I'm so happy, I'm so happy that the kid has had a bright start to his future at Carlisle. And once again, this time the provider turns to be the scorer, as it was a beautiful through ball from Billy Gilmore, which was why we paid so much of money for Gilmore, with a wonderful through ball for Brewster, who scores on his debut. What a performance for Ryan Brewster. The goal and an assist for the ex-Liverpool man. But it wasn't all smiles, as we did concede soon after that. Once again, it was horrific defending, and this time it was on the left back position. Our youth team product, Liam Price, who has been absolutely amazing so far, got caught cold, and yeah, Rochdale profited from that. And as we were staring at yet another draw for us at the start of the campaign, I'm telling you guys, this team, though we are performing quite badly in terms of defense, we are not one to give up through the offense, as this time Stefan Skugal puts through a beautiful through ball for Nathan Thomas, and he plants it into the top left corner with his right foot, the right foot being his weaker foot, with the beautiful finish from his weaker foot into the top left corner of the net, and we do win the game 3-2. Oh, it was a classic game for us. And man of the match performance from the new boy, Ryan Brewster. I believe he will be a very lethal striker, as that win does put us back into the top 6 with 5 points to us. And yes, after the game, I decided to do the unthinkable, something that I wasn't probably thinking in the last couple of episodes. But yeah, you saw that. It was Hallam Hope. Hallam Hope goes on to the transfer list, and I don't know why I decided on putting Hope into the transfer list at that point of time. Probably it was the cash constraint reasons, or it's the board saying that you'd have to get so much of profit at the end of the season. But I just decided to put Hope onto the transfer list because I felt like we could not give him enough time in the starting 11 for future games, just based on performances, as well as we have a few more young talents coming through the academy as well, and also those couple of free agents that we have as the striker position. But speaking about striker, we did see Sorensen coming back to us saying that he was disappointed that they couldn't talk to us in terms of transfer and whatnot. And I hope it's something the EA has been fixing since FIFA 19, that you can't tell the players that you're not interested to have transfer talks with them. Yeah, like right off the bat, just tell them that no, we don't want to talk to you, or you know, we're not interested anymore. You have to go into a transfer negotiation and end negotiations, which is not too nice, not too convenient, but hopefully that's something that they have looked into in the future, or in the new FIFAs, as this is FIFA 19 and we are in 2021. Anyway, coming back to the second game of today's episode, as you would have seen, we had a couple of chances with Ethan Davis earlier in the first half hitting the left post, and once again the famous saying of, if you don't take your chances, you will get punished, as we do get punished, and we do concede once again through the left wing. And this time it wasn't Tom James's fault, as we did come out from a corner, but nevertheless we should have been defending a lot better from that position. He was too free, man. He was too free in the middle. But that's how the game would end, as Wigan do win 1-0 at Brunton Park. First loss of the season, as we do go down to 12th after the game, as we did have 1 win, 2 draws and 1 losses so far in the campaign. Not a disastrous start to life in the EFL League One, but we do need a consistent set of performances, positive performances, so that we can at least stay mid-table as the board have requested for us throughout the rest of the campaign. But coming back from the game, we did have a couple of bids for Hallam Hope, and both the bids were accepted. One was from Everton de Villa de Mar, and also the other bid was from Gangwon from Korea, and both bids were accepted at the market value of Hallam Hope, which was £350,000. As we tried to get a bit more than that, but valuation bid wasn't too bad for Hope, as we were happy as long as the sale goes through, and hopefully with 2 bids on the board, hopefully Hope gets sold and gets more game time at the league that he could probably perform better at. But going into the next game, as you saw the Championship League table, where Sheffield United were currently in the 10th place, and also they had 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss to their name. And for today's game against Sheffield United, I decided to play the second string squad, obviously, but I also decided to start Hallam Hope on his left wing position, the position that he played so much. It was potentially his last game for us before he transfers elsewhere, and he provided an assist for Pereira, who scores his first goal for Carlisle United with a wonderful flick into the net. And in the second half, once again, it was Hallam Hope who was creating chances, and Pereira really should have made it 2-0, but we did win the game 1-0 at the end. It was quite a boring game, but a lot of positives, especially for Hallam Hope. And at that point, where Hope put out a masterclass performance, I was thinking to myself, maybe I wasn't supposed to sell him just yet, but the deal did go through, and Hallam Hope heads to Korea to Gangwon FC. Thank you very much, Hallam Hope, for all that you have done for us in the first season, especially the hat-trick, the memorable hat-trick against, was it Swindon Town or Northampton? Either one of them, but the memorable hat-trick, and also memorable man of the match, many memorable man of the match performances for us that saved us many a times in season 1 to get us also promoted to League 1. So hopefully you have a better future at Korea. I genuinely hope so. But going into the last game, sorry, I was just rambling on there, but going into the last game of today's episode, we take on QPR at Loftus Road, and in the first half, which was a pretty quiet first 45, we had one chance, or probably half chance, where Ethan Davis blasted over the top of the crossbar. But in the second half, it was this young man once again, Ryan Brewster, with a wonderful finish, so composed in front of goal, so composed one-on-one, and he finished it, placed it into the bottom left corner, just nice where the goalkeeper can't reach it, and it was 1-0 to us. And shortly after that, we had another chance, as once again through Ethan Davis, and this time Ryan Brewster turned the provider with a beautiful chip, but Davis gets it off target. But despite missing a decent couple of chances at the end of last season as well as earlier this season, Ethan Davis does get his maiden goal for Carlisle United, as he gets off the mark for us with a wonderful first time header. Of course, all headers are first time. With a wonderful header to put us 2-0, which would prove to be the game winner, as QPR had a half chance towards the end of the game, as a shot from Diaz does flick off Liam Price and also falls onto Kaneko, the young Japanese forward's path, who finishes it first time. But if you see there, it was the match winner who gave the ball away at the edge of the area. But that's alright, we can keep that aside as we do win the game 2-1 at the end of the day, and it was a really good performance from Ethan Davies once again, as the right winger does look to have a bright future ahead of him in League One, at least, and hopefully for the future. But anyway, that's where we'll end today's episode, guys. It has been a wonderful yet also sad episode, for me at least, today, as we did get our hands on a very talented striker, a very young and good talented striker in Ryan Brewster, but we also let go one of our fan favorites, who was Hallam Hope, who was there for us many a times throughout the first season. So it was, a bit sad to see him go, but that is football, that is life. So we'll move on. But again, thank you for dropping by for today's episode. If you like today's episode, please do drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!